Hi everyone, this is Dr. Michele Alignay, your family psychologist. Welcome to Coffee Break with Dr. Michele. I'm going to have conversations with you about family life, relationships, and faith, and I hope you join our conversations here at this YouTube channel. Hi friends, welcome to Coffee Break. It's a Thursday afternoon. This is Dr. Michele Alignay. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. We're going to talk about a favorite woman this afternoon. And I would like you to invite fellow women, fellow busy women, other people, maybe women, maybe not, na makaka-relate sa discussion natin. This is going to be part 2 of what we've discussed last Tuesday. So, maaga si Ate Ami. Hello, Ate Ami. So, good afternoon. Please ask your family. Please ask other ladies in your life. Please ask your friends to come and join us in our discussion about Mary and Martha. So, do you know that yesterday, for those of you who are Catholic, yesterday it's the feast of Saint Martha, and Martha is, by the way, the patron saint of I believe Martha is the patron saint of cooks, servants, everybody who are in the serving profession. Pero lahat naman tayo, we are always serving, 'di ba? So many of us, we serve in different ways. We serve in different means. Wait, I just need to know how to share this. Okay. Okay, sorry for that. That's my, I broadcast everything live on my own. So, ako rin ang nag-aayos ng lahat ng aking tech. So, there. So, good afternoon again. Welcome to Coffee Break, friends. So, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is part 2 of our discussion. The other day, we talked about Mary, and now yung kanyang sister na si Martha, who's another powerful woman of the Bible. And why is it that I have a penchant for Martha? Pag narinig natin si Mary at Martha, ano po yung first thing that comes to your mind? Either Catholic or you're Christian, or if you know the story of these two biblical women, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear about Mary and Martha? Sino ang una nyong naiisip about the story of these two? Meron ba? Anybody who has an answer this afternoon? So, hapon na, ayokong mag-hot coffee. I'm taking my cold coffee. Anybody? May nagsabi, aside from the talk, inaabangan ko, Doc, ang powerful accessories mo. Oh, thank you! Just to share with you, this is from my favorite brand na naging, bago ako mag-live, kachat ko si Paula of Pieza PH. If you're interested in her pieces, they're really beautiful. And you know what's beautiful about this? She has scholars na gumagawa ng mga pieces na, unique pieces that she has. So, hindi lang siya yung tinutulungan she's a social entrepreneur, but she's a very much Filipino-owned accessories. And I like that. So, ngayon, pag-usapan natin si Mary at saka si Martha. The other day, we talked about Mary. What do you remember about Mary? Mary, as in summary, she is a single tasker. She is humble. She listens. She is mindful. She knows what to prioritize. So ngayon, I'll give you about 5 areas on what to talk on, what we can say about the character of Martha. But let me just share with you, in the story of Martha, yesterday in the Bible reading, that's about when Jesus pinatayo niya si Lazarus or binuhay niya si Lazarus na kapatid ni Martha and Mary. At ang sabi mo, Lizelle, Martha is always the abala, in serving the Lord, and Mary listens to Jesus and being in the moment, being with God's presence. Okay, pero kung tayo ba ay nagtatrabaho, kung tayo ba ay abala, it doesn't mean ba that we are in God's presence? Diba pwede rin yun that even though we are working, even though we are doing, like here, I am talking with you, I am doing coffee break with you, I am being blessed by our interaction, and I believe that we are also blessing our families in this way. Hindi ba tayo being in the moment with the Lord? Ayan, that's another way of looking at it. So, In Luke 10:39, Jesus said, Martha, Martha, why are you worried about a lot of things? One thing is needed, and indeed only one. And what is it that's needed? At that point, Jesus said that um, Mary has made a choice, and that is to sit in the feet of Jesus. But honestly, how many times, let's check, how many times in the past days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that we have become like Martha? Friends, those of you who are watching, napakasimple ng tanong ko. Ilang beses na kayong naging like Martha since last Monday? Today is Thursday. Since last Monday, how have you been? Or how many times have we been like Martha? You have any answer? Sinong aamin? Friends who are here, who's gonna admit that they are similar to Martha? Ay, walang umaamin na mga friends. Walang umaamin. Ang mga Martha ng buhay ko, walang umaamin. Wala. Ano ba yung state ni Martha? Okay, kung walang aamin, ito na lang. Ano ba yung state ni Martha? She's worried and anxious. Worried and anxious. So, tanungin nyo na lang sa sarili nyo kung hindi nyo aaminin at hindi kayo magkasabing present. How many times have you been worried and anxious the past day? 2 times? Really, Melanie? That's really honest of you. Worried and anxious. So, one of the things that is very evident in the characteristic of Martha is that she is worried and anxious about so many things. And kaya nga sinabihan siya ni Jesus, one thing is needed. Another thing is that she is a multitasker. So, okay, if Mary is a single tasker, Martha may be a multitasker. Can you imagine maybe she's cooking while she's hinilinis niya yung sala habang maybe she's baking bread, or maybe she's cooking soup, nililinis niya yung sala. Diba dati, during that time, sila pa yung mag-iigib ng tubig. Tapos imagine baka sila pa yung magsisibak ng kahoy para meron silang panggatong, kasi wala pa naman yatang kalan na digas or electric stove during that time. Anna Maria, thank you, Anna. As you were saying, every day, yes, we have Martha moments. Eileen, you're very honest to say the whole week you're like Martha, yes. So how many times did we multitask? We are, and another trait of Martha is she's very, very domesticated. She is very hospitable. Hospitable meaning she makes sure that she is fixing the house, making sure that everything is in order. Like me personally, I don't necessarily have to be the one to do everything at home. Pero the all the things that happens at home, it's at the back of my mind. Like what to cook, kung meron pa bang lulutuin. So I oversee everything. And still, even though I'm not the one directly doing everything, it's still being like Martha. And it's still being domesticated. And it's still like, wow. So ito na lang yung natitirang sibuyas, taking account of the food that our family will eat. It's a very trait of many moms and many women. And you have to take note that it's that multitasking ability, that it's a very unique ability of women. Yes, to our advantage, nagagamit natin siya, especially when there's just too much. But to our disadvantage, let me just tell you, to our disadvantage, minsan, kailangan na natin mag-no, kailangan na natin humindi, nasusobrahan na tayo, pero feeling natin, dahil kaya natin mag-multitask, pinipush pa natin yung sarili natin, even though that we have those limits. So that's one. Worried and anxious, another one. She's a multitasker. And 3, but she's very much in command. Diba? She's in command of things. What you like about it is that hindi niya na pinabayaan na magutom si Jesus. Inasikaso niya lahat. Diba? Parang all the stories of Martha, it's like siya yung naka-identify dun sa bahay. Maybe because she's in command of their home, she makes sure that everything is taken care of. And you can say that she's on top of things. Maybe not necessarily everything, but maybe everything that is identified with the home, she is on top of that. So, these are the state of Martha. She's worried and anxious. She's multitasking at that moment, but she's in command of things. And how have you been this past few days in the same state as Martha? How have you been? Ilang beses na nating nangyari to? Maya't maya, actually, we become like Martha. I honestly can say that on some days, on a few moments in a day, we become like Mary to just listen. But on most often than not, we become like Martha. Agree? What are Martha's traits that we can learn from? So, the first one is that I like it that Martha acknowledges, okay, one, she's aware of her human needs. Very critical. Martha is aware of her human needs. Anong ibig sabihin? Remember in the story that Martha, Jesus came to their house. When Jesus came to their house, she knows she needs help. She knows that it's just not Jesus. Hindi lang naman si Jesus na nagpupunta eh. I'm sure kasama niya yung tropa niyang disciples, diba? So, hindi lang isang tao papakainin. And tayo nga, pamilya lang yung pinapakain. Minsan parang, okay, parang minsan napapagod tayo. And then the more kung marami kang papakainin. So, acknowledging her, I'm sure wala pang Grab nun. I'm sure wala pang delivery. So, she has to feed a lot of people, and that is, she's aware of her human needs. Hey, nahihirapan ako. I need to feed this group. And then you will see your sister, you're like preparing for a group, and then you will see your sister who lives on the same house with you. Expectedly, we will be doing things together, and then you will see her just sitting down and being like a bisita in the house. And then how would you feel if that happens? And it's important for us that to acknowledge that we are aware of her needs. And is that a bad trait? No, she's very much aware of her needs, and she even expressed it to Jesus that I need help. You have to tell my sister that I need help. She needs to help me. Okay? And that is something good. That is something good. And many times, friends, we deny ourselves that we need help. We deny ourselves that we get tired. We deny ourselves because for the love of our family, for the love of our community, for the love of other people, in the name of service, we sacrifice ourselves. And that is good. But what if we are already at our ends with? What if already it's just too much for us? We don't know her state that time. Kaya baka napuno na siya, kasi parang, siya na naman, alam mo nang darating, siya na naglinis ng bahay, ikaw pa magluluto, and that day, ikaw pa yung mag-serve. Alam nga naman sabihin mo kay Jesus na, kay KB na lang po, tapos wala pong kubyertos, just use your hands in everything. So that day, she is aware that she needs support. And that is good. For the Marthas here, hi Marthas who are watching, we need to acknowledge, we have to be aware of our limitations and when we need support and what support do we need. That is very critical. We cannot overfunction for all the people in our home because the tendency is they will just be forever dependent on us. So we have to learn how to empower the other people in our home so that we can share the burden. We don't need to multitask. We don't need to carry everyone's burden by being on top of everything. So it's good to acknowledge and to be aware that we need help and what help do we need from them. So that's the first one. The second one, Martha is very good at expressing her emotions, and I like her humanness here. Ano ba yung nararamdaman niya? She's anxious, she's worried, and she expressed it, Jesus! Or baka nga naiinis pa siya eh. Jesus, why don't you tell my sister that I need help? And you know what? Another thing, when she was worried about Lazarus, that was the Bible reading yesterday, when she was worried and in grief about her brother who died, Lazarus, and then she was really grieving. Talagang yung emosyon niya ang taas, parang Jesus, bakit ngayon ka lang? Kung napaaga ka, my brother will live. And then isn't it that's also acknowledging that I'm anxious and I am tired, but I am also grieving. Acknowledging, being aware that we need help is also accessing our emotions. We are already expressing our emotions that, hey, I'm tired. And when we are expressing our emotions, we are admitting also the state that triggered that emotion. I'll repeat that. When we try to ask and be aware that we need help, it means that we are already expressing and openly sharing that trigger of that emotion. Bakit tayo napapagod? Bakit tayo anxious? Kasi ang daming iniisip. So, asking for help, it's also a product of that understanding our emotions. Or it's vice versa. And it's good that we acknowledge that our emotions, na naiinis ako, natatakot ako, napapagod ako. Because that's the time that we can move forward. We can openly share ourselves to other people. So, alam nyo, ang paboritong trait ng mga babae ganito, pagod ka na, anong paborito niyong sagot? Pag may nagtanong sa inyo, pagod ka ba? Okay ka lang? Anong paborito nating sagot? I think natanong ko na sa inyo dati, but what's our favorite when somebody asks us, for example, the whole time that you were doing something at home, and then somebody asks you, how are you? How are you today? Okay ka lang ba? Anong common na sagot natin, friends? Pakilagay po sa inyong comment section. Wala. Walang aamin sa inyo dun sa common question. Pag tinanong kayo, how are you? Anong common na sagot? Anong common nating sagot? How are you? Okay ka lang? Anong paborito niyo sagot? Okay lang, kaya pa. Pamela, salamat for being honest. Okay lang, kaya pa. Pero minsan alam niya yan, Nef, okay lang. Okay naman. So, okay is very relative. Yung okay sa akin, hindi okay yun. Kasi ayoko nga sumasagot ng okay. Pag sinabi okay lang, parang I don't want to deal with anything right at the moment. For me. I don't know for you, but I don't really answer okay lang. Kasi if somebody asks me, how are you today? I'm tired. If somebody asks me, I'm good. It means that I'm really good. So it means that you have to be, one trait that we can emulate is that we can be like Martha in this sense, that pag tinanong siya, kahit hindi nga siya tinanong sinabi lang niya na, okay lang, laban pa. Alam nyo eto lang, segue. When you say na okay lang, laban pa, gusto mo ba talaga lagi makipaglaban? Ako ayoko. Kasi minsan gusto ko lang umupo and to acknowledge na hindi ko kaya right now. Kasi pag sinabi mong lumalaban, for me Kat and Celeste, pag sinabi mo sa akin na laban pa, parang you are fighting things. And you need to master a lot of courage and strength to be able to fight it out. But for me, it's not about fighting. For me, I'd rather take a step backward, acknowledge what do I have here, and then see what's the best strategy that we can do. Hindi lalaban kasi mauubos yung enerhiya natin sa paglaban. And minsan, acknowledging our emotion and asking for help, that we need help. Acknowledging also, being aware of our emotion, acknowledging that we need help like Martha, it's a way for us to navigate life, not fight life. We navigate it. We go through it. We don't force it. For me, that's how it is. Kaya parang never katang sinabing laban pa. Kasi pag lumaban kayo ng lumaban, sinong mapapagod? Kayo rin. So, mas maganda na medyo pumahinga ka muna ng konti, buwelo pa. Ayan, buwelo. O recharge pa ng konti para meron tayong strength to move on and to move forward. Okay, so another thing that I would like us to reflect about Martha. So one, it's that she's aware of her human needs. Second, she knows how to express her emotions. And third, she has very good leadership qualities and she's very organized. Parang ang aking friend, hi Maricar from New Zealand. Yan, she's very organized. She's very, kahit na nandyan ka sa New Zealand, alam ko you're running your business here. And that's our leadership quality. And Martha is a very good leader. She's very organized. Imagine if she's not a good leader and she's not organized, how will the home be? How will the guest be? I'm sure Jesus appreciates it na nakikinig sa kanya si Mary. Pero alam ko magugutom din sila. If you've been there, hindi naman malapit yung mga nilalakaran dati. Ang lalayo. So there's really thirst, there's really hunger. And we are, even though that we said, we may say na we need to, our spirits need to listen to Jesus, but also our tummies, our physical needs need to be filled also. And I believe that through Martha's leadership quality, it's needed at the time, because somebody needs to think of the food that they will eat, needs to take care of the details of the home. Another thing that Martha may be, and I believe that's connected to her, she might be a clan keeper. What do I mean by clan keeper? In the family system, there are such people called clan keeper. Meron kayong ganyan sa pamilya. Sila yung tagapagtawag ng family gatherings. Pag merong birthday, sila yung mangunguna, oh, dito kayo kumain. Or yung lola nyo birthday. Oh, that's the clan keeper. Or sinong mag-host ng family reunion, there's a clan keeper. Kaya kung titingnan natin, this clan keeper may be the titas, maybe the wonderful titas or your moms, or maybe you're becoming the clan keeper, that you want to keep your cousins together, your clan together. I don't know, but Martha for me is a clan keeper. Because of her leadership ability, she's able to put together her close friends, including Jesus, and her siblings. And because she's a clan keeper, diba, andyan lagi si Mary, magkasama sila. At ito yung susunod na trait na connected sa pagiging leader at clan keeper ni Martha. The fourth trait is just very defined. Why did I say she's defined? She knows what she wants. Imagine, she's so comfortable with her friendship with Jesus. She was able to tell Jesus, tell my sister I need help. And then, ganito siya kagatsy, Lord, ba't naman ngayon ka lang dumating? Patay na yung kapatid ko. So, and then she was able to tell to Jesus, naman, can you please help me? Can you please help me by making my brother live again? That's so daring. Friends, that's so daring. And how many times we have been daring like that? Because she's so defined. She knows what she wants. She knows what she needs. And she knows what her family needs to be able to be gutsy for them. She knows how to protect her friends, to be able to take care well of them. Diba? And that's something that it's so admirable. We always see Martha in her first trait na and state na aligaga, multitasker, but you see another trait that we need to look for. Diba? She's very defined with what she wants. And that becomes, because she's very defined, I believe that she is really wisdom filled. She's very, yes, Yang, she's very straightforward. And I think it's just not about her ability, but it's really the wisdom. It's really the wisdom to see what is needed. It's really seeing beyond her means. It's seeing things through her spiritual eyes. It's accessing her womanly intuition. Diba? And, being gutsy enough. I am a woman. I know what I want. And this is what I'm going to share with you. And this is what I need. And I believe we have a few women na ganito. Kaya alam nyo, honestly, ang mga men, sorry, I'm not feminist, but let us share. Sometimes, if men don't know themselves well, they become rattled when women are very defined. Yes, kaya yung kanilang male ego, especially if they're very egoistic, hindi nila kinakaya that the women has more details and more of the leadership ability. Why? Women are very good with details. Tingnan nga natin yung mga countries, di ba? There's an article like that. Look at the countries that have successfully navigated the COVID crisis is the ones with the women leaders. Why? Because even at the home, the nitty-gritties of the home, yung mga detalyeng yan, we can see that is a unique gift. And we become very defined with what we need kasi alam natin, poprotektahan natin at ipaglalaban natin yung pamilya natin no matter what. And that is very critical. And because of being defined, you don't just access knowledge. Knowledge, lahat pwedeng may talino. Pwedeng lahat matalino, pero hindi lahat bright, hindi lahat may wisdom. Yung wisdom is going beyond what you know. It's applying what you know even though there's no template to operate. Yun yung wisdom. Hindi naman talaga sinabi sa'yo kung paano, but somehow, you trust your intuition and gut feel. You trust that wisdom that is a gift of the Spirit to apply that in other means. So that is wisdom. wisdom because she's defined. Wisdom because she knows what she wants. Diba? Martha is so good. And lastly, women, we need to understand that kahit na ano yung sinabi about Martha. You know, yesterday when I went to Mass at 6 a.m. in our parish with the titas and a few titos in the parish. Yun talaga, pag 6 a.m. Mass, may social distancing. Sigurado ako yun. Kahit wala pang COVID, siguradong may social distancing. Hiwa-hiwalay talaga yung pwesto dahil konti lang yung nagmamas. I like going to Mass once a week at 6 a.m. because it keeps me quiet. Okay? But the priest, he said that for him, Martha is a very well-rounded person. Kasi kaya niyang mag-serve, pero kaya pa rin niya, to connect with Jesus. 'Di ba? So, I would take it from that. But another trait that I would like you, the not practical stuff about Martha, minsan hindi ito nasasabi. She's a woman of admirable faith. Bakit? She's dedicated to the Lord. Kaya siya naiinis kasi gusto niya maglingkod kay Jesus. Kaya siya humihingi ng tulong. Kaya siya aligaga nung namatay si Lazarus. And she said it at Luke 11:27. This is the Bible verse yesterday. I have come to believe that you are Christ, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world. Imagine, hindi pa naman nag-declare si Jesus that He is the Son of Man, that He is the Son of God then. But deep in her heart, because of her wisdom, she knows that Jesus is the Son of God. And that's such an admirable faith. And she has that faith that not only can move mountains, but can give life again to her dead brother Lazarus. Diba? That's why I really like dissecting the character of Martha, because we are all like Martha in many ways. She's dedicated to our Lord. It means that she is yes, sometimes she tends to be so hospitable and domesticated that ang inaayos na lang niya is really to serve by being busy herself. But you know what? That's why we need a little dose of Mary. And Mary is, there are times that we just need to sit down. And there are times that we need to be like Martha, to serve our family, to serve our friends, and to serve God through what we do. So it's actually being and doing. Being is Mary, doing is Martha. But I would like to tell you this. One thing Jesus noted is that, sabi niya, one thing is needed, only one. Martha, you are worried about so many things. Isa lang yung kailangan. And Mary, hindi sinabi ni Jesus kung ano. Basta sinabi niya, Mary has made the choice and it will not be taken away from her. One thing that differentiated the two, Mary, she just sat down in the feet of Jesus with reckless abandon. Umupo siya, wala akong pakialam kung magutom kayong lahat. Gagawin ko to. Sometimes we need to be like that. We need to do things with reckless abandon, and we should not gripe. Kung ang pipiliin natin that day is to serve our family and to serve God by doing what we want to do, by cooking, by preparing the house, and then we should do it with reckless abandon. We should not gripe na hindi tayo nakakahingi ng tulong kasi ginawa natin yon. We chose to do that. And we have to live with that choice. Jesus said that. Mary has made her choice. And it will not be taken away from her. So with us, if we will make the choice, kung tayo gagawa ng choice na I would cook today, and let's be happy doing that. I will just sit down today, and then huwag ka nang mainis kung walang ulam. You just have to be happy and be content because we made that choice. And that is the wisdom behind the story. And that is something that I would like you to dissect. So being like Martha and Mary, it's a balanced life. It's learning when to pause and sit down. It's choosing what to single and to multitask. It's being humble but not denying our own emotions. It's leading, but it's serving at the same time. And the last important point, It's growing closer to Jesus by both listening and by both using the talents that He has given us. I am sharing with you what I know so that you can share with the people you love what you can do best. Maybe not the way I speak, but maybe through your cooking, through your love, through your stories, through your counsel, by being a listening friend. Kanya-kanya tayo ng talent. Friends, wala na tong kumparahan na ikaw ang galing-galing mo sa ganyan, sana ako rin. Wala nang ganon, matanda na tayo, please. Don't tell people na sana ako rin ganyan, I want to be like you po. Never ask me how to be you po. Why? We are all created differently. And the goal here that I am telling you is like, get to know yourself better. Get to know, are you a Martha? Are you a Mary? And make the most out of the talents that God has gifted you with, and be happy with the choice that you made out of using the talents that He has gifted you with. Because we are called to a life far more bigger than our own interests, and that is the magic of life. And because of that, my announcement for today, Thursday, because yesterday, July 29, that's the Feast of Saint Martha, we will be happy to announce that we will be running the Martha's Pause workshop. It's going to be an online workshop, and this is the fourth year. Oh, I think it's gonna be the third year. I'm sorry. Why is this the third year? I'm turning 43. When I turned 40, 41, 42. Yeah, I think it's the fourth year. When I turned 40, one of the things that came to me is that inspiration called Martha's Pause. It's teaching Martha, the anxious, the busy, the on the go, the leader, the defined Martha, how to take the necessary pause in her life. It's called Martha's Pause, Renewed and Resilient. It's going to be an online session September 12. So I hope the women here, please wait for the announcement because we have a special activity prior to that occasion. So it's going to be an online event. So we're going to post all the details here at my page, Michele Alignay. Martha's Pause is for the women, for every woman who needs to rekindle her faith and needs to rekindle herself and to recharge herself so that she can ready for the Lord's mission. And that is the call of Martha, and that is the call of Mary, for us to get to know ourselves better, for us to use our talents well, to learn how to pause, but to learn when to do, to learn how to choose, what to single task and to multitask, how to be humble but still be able to express our emotions, to lead and to serve, and more importantly, still to grow closer to our Lord. And I hope this session has helped you. I hope to see you again next week. Yes, I'm going to see you next week. Wait for the announcement or Martha's Pause. God bless you. May you have a fulfilling weekend ahead of you. See you again on Tuesday. But friends, wait. Tomorrow, if you are free at 6 p.m., I'm going to have a Facebook Live at the Smart Parenting Facebook page. I'm going to have a conversation with Maricel Laksa Pangilinan. So, I hope to see you then. See you again next week. God bless you all, friends. Be like Martha, but be like Mary.